Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Week 7 of the high school football season. Tonight on a special Thursday night edition. Coach, you don't even need Amazon Prime to watch this one. Paul Ball alongside my tag team partner, Rich Salonis. Coach, a place you know very well, Rodney K. Morgan Stadium. Tonight, two teams very familiar with each other. The South Williamsport Mounties taking on the Muncie Indians tonight.
Yeah, it's a big game that has a lot of implications, not only statewide, but more importantly, playoffs that are coming down the road. You're looking at two teams that are ranked in the top 4. Muncie right behind Canton, Northwest 3rd, South Williamsport 4th, Muncie 2nd, obviously. And then on top of that, you're looking at implications for the Northern Tier Conference. So, big game tonight, lots of talent on the field. South coming off a disappointing loss the last time they played. They had a week off, but now they're back at it. They always play Muncie tough here at home, and over the years, Muncie's had a very hard time winning here.
Yeah, it's been a house of horrors. This is the Blaze Alexander Kickoff Show. We are on WebbWeeklyLive.com. We are powered by PA Sports Live. Let's talk a little bit about the home team first. The South Williamsport Mounties, coached by Chris Eisworth, excuse me. I gave Carl a plug. Sorry, Carl. 3 wins, 2 losses on the season, as you said. Last week, they had the week off. They're led by sophomore Radley Knapp.
Well, you know, a young quarterback, nice-sized young man, and Radley's been asked to take care and manage the game, and so far he's done that throughout the season. He hasn't really lit anything up statistically, but he hasn't thrown an interception. He's done a nice job maintaining the offense and doing what he has to do, making the completions when he needs to do it.
Yeah, we say that, rowed a boat evenly to shore. 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. The backfield here, a crowded backfield, a 3-headed monster, Harris, Casella, and Kemmer. 17 touchdowns between the 3 of them, Coach.
Well, over the history of South Williamsport football, one of the things they've been noted for, besides a stingy defense and hard-hitting kids, has been a ground game. And certainly that hasn't changed in the entire time Chris Eisworth's been in charge of the program. South will run the ball 2-1, and if given the opportunity, they won't throw at all. And with those 3 backs, they're in good company, and their rush game has been pretty decent throughout the year.
Yeah, Casella will play the fullback. You'll see him sneak out of the backfield, maybe get the ball to him on a screen. A tough kid. We've seen him over the years here. It doesn't get much tougher than Ryan Casella. On the wideouts, you have Landon Gephardt. He leads the team with 12 receptions. And Dylan Scheller, number 88, 6 foot, really can go up and get the ball. 7 receptions on the year. They don't throw often, but when they do, they got 2 pretty good wideouts.
And that's the thinking behind it, what the philosophy is offensively. They're going to pound you and pound you and pound you, and then when you least expect it, they'll sneak a back out into the backfield on a waggle play. They throw screens very well, and then they'll take a shot and go deep every once in a while also.
And then for Muncie 5-0, Coach Tatro has this team hitting on all cylinders, Coach. Through the last 3 games, the offense has outscored their opponents 139-0 in the first half.
Well, they've been lights out, but in all fairness to those numbers, they haven't really played top-notch competition. However, they've done what you're supposed to do to those teams. They've put them away decisively, and they've put them away early. Tonight's going to be, like I said, a little bit of a different animal. South should pose more of a threat physically to Muncie, but they certainly do have the tools to strike and strike quickly.
Well, we've talked about these two playing a long time together. I call them the law firm connection, ire to ire. They're finally seniors. It seems like they've been like 5th-year seniors, but they've been playing here. Branson Iyer, he is the quarterback. 11 touchdown passes on the year. You talk about Knapp not having any interceptions. No interceptions for Iyer either, to go along with 4 rushing touchdowns. So he's accounted for 15 touchdowns for Muncie.
And everything you would expect out of a senior quarterback who's played a long time. By this time, you would expect them to be calm, be able to run the offense, be able to make plays when plays are to be made, and also be able to make plays when it looks like there's no play to be made. And certainly he's delivered on that so far this year. He's had a tremendous season for Muncie, but he's not their only weapon.
No, tremendous athlete. And talk about, we didn't think Austin Johnson was going to play tonight, a hand injury. However, he is in the starting lineup. He's only a sophomore. We saw him last year as a freshman. A big kid. He hits the hole hard. He comes into the year 274 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns, and like you said, Coach, he's only a sophomore. He's going to get better as time gets on.
He is. We saw some things at a freshman back would do last year when we did this game at Muncie. Missed a couple holes, etc. But as he matures and as he grows physically, again, he reminds me physically and stature-wise of someone that we've covered the last couple weeks in Davion Hill. He's only going to get better. He's a tough young man to start, physical, likes to mix it up. So, Muncie's also got a couple of other backs to go along with him, and Weichel, and Shuda, who can step in and play fullback, tight end, an H-back type of kid. So, again, we're not talking about a team that's devoid of talent. It's not just the Ayers.
And Weichel does a little bit of everything. You see him come out of the backfield. He's also the punter. He's like a Swiss Army knife, as you would say. But, hey, how about the receiver, number 11, Ross Ayer? 6'5". We've seen him on the basketball court. Tremendous basketball player. He has 11 touchdowns. 6 of them for touchdowns. 11 receptions, 6 touchdowns. Now, with my Hazelton math, I know that's 1 every 2, Coach. He's finding pay dirt to go along with 178 yards. You can throw that deep ball to him. He can go up and get it. He's much taller than any of the defensive backs on South Williamsport.
Well, with his arm span and his jumping capability, he's much taller than 6'4". However, one of the things to look for tonight if you're watching it at home is South Williamsport's corners, while decent in athletic ability, lack height. Mm-hmm. So don't be surprised if Muncie challenges South tonight on at least 3 or 4 deep passes to let that natural height and ability take over.
All right, Coach, we'll wrap things up. Your keys to the game.
We'll start with South first. For South, hey, ground and pound, baby. Do what you do best. If they have the ball, Muncie doesn't. So one of the things that Muncie's going to have to do tonight, if they plan on winning this game, is win the battle of the line of scrimmage. If South does that, and they can keep the ball away from Muncie, it's going to be a long night. Secondly, for the Mountaineers, they got to get rid of the fumbleitis. Fumbles have killed them, starting all the way back in their first game at Milton. It hurt them last week in key situations, so they've got to hang on to the football. And the third thing is they've got to eliminate Muncie's big plays.
Sure, absolutely.
For the Indians, they've got to find a way to play well and win on this field. It's been a long time since they've beaten South in consecutive years.
And we covered a game here a couple of years ago, and they got absolutely ran out of the building.
Correct. And those kids have aged now. They're mature. They have to be able to play physical tonight, and then they've got to let the talent of the Ayer and some of the receivers that they have that do have physical attributes, and they have more length than the South corners. They got to be able to take advantage of that. So those are my keys.
All right, Coach, coming up top of the hour, the Indians and the Mountaineers from South Williamsport. Don't go anywhere. WebbWeeklyLive.com. We are powered by PA Sports Live.
Hi, Blaze and Lyle here. And Lyle doesn't always drive a Chevy truck, but when he does want a Chevy, he knows to go to BlazeAlexander.com. With over 20 locations across Pennsylvania and thousands of cars to choose from, BlazeAlexander.com is your one place to shop for both sales and service. So let Lyle help you fetch your next vehicle, only at BlazeAlexander.com.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Rodney K. Morgan Stadium. Paul Ball alongside the coach, Rich Zalonis. Coach, we got our own version of Thursday Night Football, the high school edition here, and I said it in the open, you don't even need Amazon Prime to watch this one. You can tune in on WebbWeeklyLive.com. We are powered by PA Sports Live, an absolutely beautiful night for football after 2 days of torrential rainfall. This field's in pretty good shape.
It is. It's held the rain well, and except a little bit of the corners of the end zone, the usual wet spots here on the field, but it is a beautiful night for football and a big small school game.
Yeah, I mean, Ravada's going to kick it away for the Indians. South Williamsport 1 to toss. They will receive. And back deep is Caden Harris alongside Ryan Casella. Back deep for the Mounties, and we're just about set to get underway, Coach. Big game here. Big game feel in the air.
It is. Crowd still filtering in a little bit as we're ready to kick it off at what is affectionately known as the pit.
And Ravada's going to tee it up here. And a high. And we are underway here at South Williamsport, and it goes out of bounds. And Radley Knapp will lead the South Williamsport starting offense onto the field. Coach, what do you have?
Well, for Chris Eisworth's Royal Blue and White Mountaineers tonight up front, as projected, Lucas Long, Owen Bird, 52 the center, Austin Bowersox, right guard Logan Ball, and right tackle Chris Confer. Quarterbacking, as you said, Radley Knapp. At fullback, Ryan Casella. The running back will either be Caden Harris or Amir Kemmerer. Apker at tight end. Gephardt, Scheller, and Smith make up the receiving corps for the Mountaineers.
Knapp's going to come out under center, backs in an I formation, and here's a handoff. Up the middle he goes. Goes Caden Harris. Gained about 6 yards on the play.
And right off the bat, what we talked about, it's going to be a huge test for Muncie to be able to handle the power game of South, and they opened right up with the power blast out of their I formation, one of their staple plays. They don't run a lot of plays, but what they run well.
Second down and 4 now. Single setback in motion on the jet sweep. Harris again, not much room there, Coach, now brought down by a host of Indians.
Well played by Muncie, particularly Cameron Kammerer, the sophomore defensive end, was there to make the play.
It's going to be third down and about 3 now. Ball at the 42-yard line to gain up at the 45, just underway here. 11:06 to go here in the first quarter.
Eli Harris is going to trot onto the field as a third down specialist here at defensive end. This down's been trying for the Mounties throughout the year.
Again, here goes Caden Harris. He stood up right at the sticks, and that's going to be a first down.
That's the second time they've run that play in the first series, and they've got positive yardage twice. And I will say this, Muncie better stop that play or they're going to see a heavy dose of it all night.
First down now at the 46-yard line. 3 straight running plays for the Mounties here. As Knapp leads them out, backs now into power I. And a handoff again is Harris up the gut again. Gained about 5 yards, Coach, on first down again. And they're winning that battle on first down early.
Well, it was one of the keys to the games that we discussed. And Muncie better find a way to stop that first down blast play. Or, like I said, that's all they're going to see the majority of the night. And South should have no reason to stop running it at the moment. They've been extremely successful their first 5 plays from scrimmage.
They're going to give them 4 on the play, 9:59 to go. Second down and 6. Ball right at midfield, right below us here. Mounties going from right to left on your screen. Handoff again. Caden Harris, Casella was this time off tackle. And that's going to be another first down.
The Mountaineers are running at will. They're going to call it a little bit short.
They're going to call them short there. 3rd and 1.
We'll see if Muncie's going to jump into more of a condensed defensive front. They're staying in their 4-man front so far, even with the condensed offensive formations that South has presented them with the double tight ends and power I backfield.
3rd down and 1 now. Lone setback is Casella.
Yeah, South is unbalanced. They have 2 tight ends.
Nap in the center, handoff Casella off the right side, barreling, taking tacklers with him, and down to the 34-yard line. Another first down for the Mounties.
Nothing but power football. That's all it's been. They've run to the right predominantly most of the time other than the jet sweep, and Muncie's just had no answer for it so far in this first series.
9 minutes to go and another first down. First down and 10 now. Ball at the Indian 35-yard line. Opening drive of the game. Pro-I. There's a fumble.
Muncie's got it. And there's the fumbles that we talked about earlier. Cameron Kammerer to fall on it for the Indians, who are going to open up their initial offensive drive of the night.
Coach, what do we have for the WebbWeekly starting lineup for the Muncie Indians?
Up front, we've got Eli Harris, 6'4", 245. Kenny Hampy, sophomore at left guard center. Braden Trossel, right guard. Brandon Berge, right tackle. Stark, Branson Iyer to quarterback. Shuda or Johnson at fullback. Weichel at tailback. Robinson, Brady Ryder, Ross Iyer, and Cameron Kammerer make up the receiving corps for the Indians.
That's some big eaters on that offensive line. Now boxing an eye again. In motion is Ryder. And a handoff up the middle to Johnson, carrying tacklers with him as he vaults his way across the 40 up to the 42-yard line. Good gain on first down for the Indians.
It wasn't. It was all Johnson. There was nothing presented to him up front by the offensive line.
2nd down and 6 here. Two receivers to the top of your screen now. Iyer under center. As tailback is Weichel. And they're going to give it to Weichel. Here he goes to get to the outside, and he is tackled by number 8 on the play.
That's Garrett Cooley coming in there, junior, to make the stop for the Mountaineers. And a big 3rd down and short. That play was counter trap, took a long time to develop, and it took the linemen a while to get to their spots, and held up the running back and sort of congested everything for the Mountaineers. Big 3rd down.
Muncie wants to get Weichel to the outside. They want to get that speed. They just couldn't get him to the corner. Good defense there by South Williamsport. Now 3rd down and 2. Big play here as Iyer's going to go from the gun. Lone setback is Johnson. In motion is Ryder.
You've got a quarterback sweep. You saw that coming by formation.
And there goes Iyer across midfield, and he pushes his way to the 49 of the Mounties, and that is going to be a 1st down, Coach.
And Muncie came out in what essentially is an unbalanced line, even though their 2 wideouts were close to the tackle and tight end. And then it's just a read game for Iyer. And again, you're talking about a senior who's played quite a lot of football, is able to pick and choose his alley and pick up the 1st down for the Indians.
Iyer averaging 10 yards a carry at the quarterback position now. Under center, backs in an I formation, Ross in motion. Here's a little misdirection there, and Johnson nowhere to go. Cooley again came up for the stop.
Well, that's the play they opened up with, the exact same thing. And South Williamsport isn't going to fall for the quarterback putting the ball up over his shoulders, pretending that it's something. They're well schooled on that. That's not going to work too much tonight. And this was the same result the very first play of the game, but Johnson was able to get 6 yards off his own effort. This time he loses 2.
And they're behind the sticks now. 6:27 to go. Clock moving 1st quarter. It's going to be 2nd down and 12 now. Iyer under center. In motion is Ross. And there's a little flanker screen, and they get it out to Ross, and right off the tip of his fingers there, as he had running room up to that left side, Coach. That could have went a long way.
He had tons of running room, but he was more concerned about getting downfield rather than catching the ball first. And you can see we had a perfect shot of it up here. His head went downfield. You got to secure the ball first. So 3rd down and long for the Indians. 6:11 left in this 1st quarter.
3rd and 12. We'll see what kind of set they come up with here. See if they look to spread the field. And don't forget, when you got a running quarterback, Coach, his legs are the most dangerous weapon. As he said, now they have 2 receivers to the top of your screen. And Iyer under center. Little play action. Rolling. Here comes the pressure from the backside. Throws, passes. It is caught by the tight end.
Cameron Kammerer came all the way across the field on a deep drag, almost the post pattern, but he kept it going across the field. Iyer was able to buy time. A great pickup block by the running back. Picked off South's outside backer coming that time, Cooley, and allowed that pass to get off.
Yeah, 25-yard gain, 26-yard gain on the play.
26 yards on the play. They are inside Mountie territory at the 25, just outside the red zone. First completion for Branson Iyer.
1st down and 10 now. Backs in the eye again. Pro eye in motion is Iyer. As everybody's up in the box there, Johnson up the middle, and he is right into the teeth of that defense.
That's the 3rd time they've run the play tonight, and again, South's well schooled on that play. They've run that trap for years. Minimal gain for Johnson.
2nd down and we'll call it 8 as they gave him 2 yards. 5:24 to go in the opening quarter. First drive of the game for the Indians.
Fry, Tortolay, Ferris, and Apker up front defensively for the Mountaineers.
Ryder now in the slot, backs in an eye again. And here's a pitch to Weichel. Weichel running around that left end, gets to the corner, turns it up, and he is hemmed in and pushed out of bounds. Maybe gained 2 or 3 on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and about 4, Coach.
Yeah, they're going to give him a little bit more. He initially got to the corner and then got pulled down by a long arm of Mr. Apker. And again, another probably 2 down territory, although Muncie's Rada can kick the field goal. He does have length. He's good from about 35 or 40, I'm told.
Right now, that's right around where it would be, about 38 yards from the spot right now. 3rd down and 6, 4:31 to go in the opening quarter. Trips to the bottom of your screen as Iyer operates from the gun. Back to pass, looks, throws, passes, almost intercepted by Caden Harris, and it falls incomplete. 4th down, Coach.
Yeah, looking for a deep look in, and he had all the time in the world. He just didn't set his feet, and he sailed it high. So decision time for Coach Tatro of the Muncie Indians here as to what he's going to do, and I don't see anybody coming out onto the field. It looks like they're going to go for it.
No, Comfort checking in now. Noah Comfort Jr., 6'3".
And Weichel out. So
Weichel
look for
out.
a 3-wide set here,
Yeah.
probably somewhere, Paul.
And they're going trips to the bottom of your screen here. You might see some little interference here. Iyer in the slot now. Ross Branson back to pass. Straight drop. Here comes the pressure. Throws off his back foot. He has a man open in the end zone. And it's incomplete, intended for Brady Ryer. It was knocked away.
Yeah, Ryder had it in his hands. He just didn't come down with it. And I don't know what's going on up front with Muncie's offensive line, but at least 3 South Williamsport linemen were untouched again. Iyer hardly had any time at all to set his feet. They were on him as soon as the ball was
And
snapped.
he threw that off his back foot. As Ryder flashed open in the end zone, he just couldn't get the ball there quick enough. He went up, and a great defensive play by that Muncie or the South Williamsport secondary.
Now for Muncie's defense tonight, we've got Lucas Groover, Braden Trossel, Kenny Hamp, Cameron Kammerer up front. Your linebackers are Jason Schuda, Jacob Fowler, and Landon Womer.
Here's a handoff to Harris again, vaulting his way up to the 25-yard line.
In the secondary, Brady Ryder, Elijah Weichel, Branson Iyer, and Ross Iyer as your strong and free safety for the Indians in their trademark navy blue helmets, navy blue pants, white jerseys with the navy blue numerals. Nice to see 2 teams that we can see the numbers.
The numbers are very visual here. And we got 2nd down and 5 now. Backs in that pro I formation. 2 receivers to the near side, bottom of your screen. Caden Harris up the gut again for another 1st down.
And there's no other words for it other than they're dominating the line of scrimmage so far offensively against Muncie's defense. And it's nothing extravagant. It's simple power football. And the Indians have not risen to the challenge consistently here yet.
First down and 10 now. 3:12 to go in the opening quarter. And a handoff to the up buck. Right up the middle goes Casella across midfield. And a nice run down to the 48-yard line of the Indians. Coach, that was a big hole there.
It was a very big hole. And again, South's been pounding a little bit off tackle. When you do that, you open up the fullback to the inside. And so far, it's been all South Williamsport on the lines of scrimmage.
2:55, 2:54 clock running in the first quarter. No score here yet from Rodney K. Morgan Stadium. Ball right at midfield and a 1st and 10 for the Mounties. And here's a pitch to Harrison. Nowhere to go. Nice tackle on the play by 42. That's Schuda.
Experienced linebacker, one of Muncie's most experienced defenders. He shot the gap, and for one of the few times tonight, maybe the 2nd time other than that speed sweep, South is held for no gain, maybe a little bit of a loss.
And this is where Muncie wants to keep South behind the sticks, 2nd and long, 3rd and long, play into the strong. Their secondary is all state with Ross and Branson Iyer there at the secondary. They're going to come out 2 receivers now to the top of your screen, backs in that pro I formation. And Scheller up and ahead of Harrison, a big hit by Schuda.
Schuda again, and he introduced himself immediately. And that's what Muncie's looking for, fighting fire with fire, physically, defensively. And now you've got South Williamsport where you don't want them. South's not used to playing behind the sticks. And Caden Harris is shook up after that hit. Hopefully the young man's okay.
He took a lick there. And
yeah, it looks like it's his wrist.
You never want to see that. And tough as they come, Caden Harris.
The young man's had a good season for the Mountaineers. But if you're Muncie, or any team, this is where you want South Williamsport. This is their Achilles heel.
Yeah, 3rd and long.
3rd and long, 2nd and long, particularly 3rd and long. But don't be surprised if you see a little waggle here or a throwback. And even if they run the ball, again, time of possession in this first quarter so far, very lopsided, playing right into the hands of the Mountaineers.
1:36 to go. Watch Gephardt here now lined up in the slot there. And Knapp back to pass, looking under pressure, throws, passes incomplete as he one-hops it over to Scheller.
He had tremendous pressure from Cameron Kemmerer coming off the back edge, and he was lucky to get that pass off. Again, nothing to throw to, even if he was able to set up shop. Muncie covered it well, and there's 2 plays. You stop South's ground game, you get them in a 3rd and long, there's a good chance you're going to be getting the ball back.
And Casella's going to punt it away, and back deep are the Iyer cousins there, Ross and Branson. Branson over at the 20 and Ross at the 25. And there's a snap and a kick and a high end-over-end kick. And it's going to let it bounce, and it does. And it is down by Scheller up at the 22-yard line. And that's where Muncie will take their second possession.
And tonight for the Mountaineers defensively, Ryan Fry at end, tackles Tortolay and Ferris, Apker at defensive end, Casella, Bauer, Sox, Cooley, and Kaiser Kistner. The linebackers in South's trademark 4-4. Your secondary, Caden Harris, Amir Kemmerer, and your free safety, Landon Gephardt.
All right, Coach, both teams feeling each other out here. Second possession for Muncie.
And we do see a game substitution here now where Scheller, taller now, is going to eye up Iyer defensively for the Mountaineers. So looking to match up the height, Paul.
And off Johnson up the middle.
Now there's the play that they've run previous on first down. The difference is the quarterback isn't taking the ball and putting it up over his shoulders. Right, South, I'm sure they're well coached to look for that. When they see that, it's going to be a fullback dive. Quarterback didn't do it that time, hence it makes your linebackers pause just a little bit of a second to see what the play is going to be. Good gain for Muncie on first down.
Iyer under center, 2nd down and 7, last 30 seconds of the quarter. In motion is Ross Iyer. Back to pass. Looking, throws, wants it all down the field. Scott Confer, and he has it down to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, and Confer just ran by Kemmerer in the secondary. Big gain for the Indians, and there's that advantage that we talked about at the beginning of the game with Muncie's tall receivers versus South's corners. Protection was better that time for Iyer, and he was able to launch a big gain.
And it looks like that's going to be the last play of the first quarter. 45-yard completion, Iyer to Confer. And let's take a break. We'll be back to Rodney K. Morgan Stadium. No score.
We dress up every corner of your home. We have the perfect mattress from the best sleep gallery so your delivery is immediate and free. And we have that stylish new appliance with the latest feature and finish with digital price tags that scan the market to ensure you get the lowest price. Our own installers, service technicians, and delivery crews with live crew tracking so your delivery day is as free as you need it to be. Serving our people, serving our planet. We are Biters Furniture, Mattress, and Appliance.
The Kaiser brothers are ready to get you into the perfect new vehicle. Find a Jeep for all your road trip exploits during Jeep Adventure Days. Or take your pick from a full lineup of light and heavy-duty Ram trucks during Power Days. No matter what vehicle you're looking for, the Kaiser brothers on Route 405 in Muncie and Route 11 in Danville, where selection and service equal satisfaction.
We're back here with the start of the second quarter. Iyer rolling out to his right. Rolling, puts his foot in the ground, throws to the end zone. Touchdown! Nice catch and run of 31 yards, and a touchdown as Confer walks into the end zone.
Yeah, two plays back-to-back. Big plays for Muncie. Same receiver back-to-back. Noah Confer, 6'3", 165-pound junior. And I hate to say they have it all night, but they've got a superior edge in their receiving corps versus South secondary.
2 catches on the drive, 76 yards for Noah Confer and a touchdown. And Rivada will be on for the point after. Snap, spot, kick is up, and that's going to be off the concession stand down there.
That's off the garage across the street. So everything we've been told about him is advertised so far.
Timeout on the field. Muncie leads 7-0. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Rennie Rodarmel. I run the Rennie Rodarmel Agency located at 921 Westminster Drive, Williamsport, Pennsylvania. I think my passion is meeting with the customers one-on-one, reviewing all their needs and doing the best job we can to make sure they have the best available coverage at the best price. This agency stands out above a lot of them as far as customer service. Our philosophy is not to tell a customer what they need to do. We need to know what they want us to do for them and take it.
FastMaz Speed, Agility, and Quickness Camp. This is where we get it done. Improving everybody's quick turnover, everybody's agility, everybody in transition with sprints. All ages, all sports. You want it, we got it. Come to FastMaz.
All right, welcome back here. Muncie on the board first. 7-0. Iyer to Confer from 31 yards out, Coach. And it's 7-0.
It is, and the big plays hurt, whether it's through the air or on the ground.
Rolado will kick it off, and it's going to bounce around and goes into the end zone. That was a free ball, but it did go in.
Yeah, they were both looking at each other, and luckily it rolled into the end zone for South, where they'll take over to start their next possession. Well, South hurt itself on the first drive with the turnover, then a couple of big defensive plays for the Indians the last series. Now they find themselves down 7-0 with 11:50 to go in the second quarter.
Knapp gonna pitch. There's Kemper Aaron. Big hit by 78, Coach.
Yeah, I was in on the play. No, Muncie's rotating their linemen. That was Braden Kammerer. There's a bunch of Kemmerers, and Kammerer. That was Kammerer on the stop for Muncie. They played that much more physically on the corner. There was no seam for the back to turn up. And Kammerer for South Williamsport, stopped by Kammerer for Muncie.
Hey, the Duke's checking in again, Coach. He just gave me the text. He's listening in from the Duke's dungeon, home where all the power lifters are made, Coach. We're going to have a power lifter here, 2nd and 10. And Kemmer up the middle, a nice side steps and carrying him out with him. Breaks out into the secondary, being chased by Iyer. Iyer hog-ties him down at the 45-yard line. But a nice run on the play, Coach. Another big hole. You can't arm tackle these backs.
Well, off tackle, and I could see that from our angle at Muncie's tackle. Muncie's defensive tackle almost did a swim move to the inside, took himself out of the play, created a huge seam, and South almost made them pay for it. A good hustle play to catch Kemmerer from behind, but South has set up shop once again. It's not like they haven't moved the football here in the first half.
South now in business at the Indian 43-yard line. 1st and 10. Backs in that pro eye again. Casella off the left side, spinning away. And down for about a 9-yard gain, Coach. Close to another first down.
Yeah, they're chunking up yardage. They've done it the entire game. If they can keep the fumbles away and the negative plays every once in a while, they should be in good shape. They are certainly taking it to Muncie's defensive front here so far in the game, and the holes are huge.
2nd down and 1, 10:40 clock moving second quarter. Very entertaining game. Backs coming out in that pro eye again. Knapp gives a slap on the butt there to the center and hands it right off to Kemmer again. This time tackled by Big 78 again.
He was in on the play, but Shoot is the one that initially held him up. They brought him on a run blitz, and he cuffed up the ankles and slowed Harris up. I believe it was Harris or Kemmer slowed him up.
Kemmer, yep.
And
the other Kemmer finished him off.
When you have a 2nd and 2, you don't need much to move the sticks. South's got another fresh set of downs.
First down at the 27-yard line now for the Mounties. Play coming in. You can hear the fans here in the stands as the whole press box is vibrating here. Single receiver to the bottom of your screen, 2 tight end set. Backs in that pro I formation. And Casella again, this time off the right side. And vaulting his way to about the 18-yard line, Coach. I can see.
Yeah, power football. I mean, again, without sounding redundant, saying the same things over and over, they are just physically manhandling Muncie's defensive line. So, maybe we'll see if Muncie will go to a 6-man front or some type of a 50 and present South a little bit of a different look here.
Knapp under center, Casella again, getting the ball deeper and deeper into Indian territory, carrying tacklers with them for another first down, Coach.
Ditto.
Nothing fancy.
No,
nothing
fancy at
about
all.
that.
And South used its off week to get themselves back together. They're certainly look much more aggressive tonight than they did 2 weeks ago.
South is basically saying, Coach, we're going to run the ball right down your throat. You need to stop us.
Well, they haven't stopped them, and they're continuing to get chunk yards.
Single receiver to the top of your screen, 2 tight end set again. And there goes Kempler around the end, tries to get to the corner, 10, 5, corkscrewing his way down to about the 3-yard line.
They're going to move him back to the 5, Paul. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Once again, I keep waiting to see if Muncie will get out of their 4-man front and maybe get into some type of 50 or 6-man look, because South is chewing them up so far from the base 40.
Yeah, they're going to mark it at the 4-yard line here, and it's going to be 2nd down here and goal. And 8:25 to go in the first half here. South knocking at the door, looking to tie this game up. And Kemmler dots the I here.
Yeah, sometimes we don't even have to call the game. We're getting it called for us, as we have another person doing the game next door to us who's very loud tonight. So if you're hearing any voices in the background, that's who it is. It's not Paul and I in ventriloquist class. So So we're doing our best to try and get our call in. And Cam's doing a great job trying to produce over all the noise.
Yeah, I thought maybe I was hearing voices. And a handoff, Casella up the middle, barreling his way.
He's in.
And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. Ryan Casella from 4 yards out, and we are an extra point away from tying the game up.
Well, every week it's a unique challenge, Mr. Bowe, but South has taken the ball again, and really, Muncie's only stopped them once and drove the ball right down the field methodically with 0 passes, if I'm correct.
Aaliyah Ripple on left-footed kicker, snap spot, kick up is no good, and it is wide right. 7-6, break in the action. Go to the refrigerator, grab something cold to drink. We'll be back with the kickoff.
Welcome to another season of Friday Night Lights. Come see us at Park Pizza here in Williamsport, our original location, or inside the Gamble Farm Inn in Jersey Shore.
With so many great cars to choose from, Lyle doesn't always drive a Nissan, but when he does, he goes to blazealexander.com. With over 20 locations across Pennsylvania and thousands of cars to choose from, blazealexander.com is your one place to shop for both sales and service. So let Lyle fetch your next new vehicle at blazealexander.com.
All right, welcome back, Coach. 80-yard drive capped off by Casella. 7-6 as the point after was wide right.
Yeah,
and they fixed that goalpost and everything, Coach.
Yeah, we'll see if that comes into play. But, we're talking about opposite sides here, right? Big play Muncie so far versus ground and pounded out South Williamsport. Both teams doing exactly what we figured they would do coming into the game.
Piper Minier to kick it off, and a little squib kick, and it's fielded by one of the upbacks.
Yeah, that's number 81 for Muncie that took the ball there, Lucas Groover. And, boy, just giving Muncie excellent field position on South's 47.
Yeah.
Muncie will begin at the South Williamsport 47.
7 minutes and 27 seconds to go in a half, and we'll see if Muncie goes right up top. And, Coach, receivers were running free in the secondary.
Yeah, South's having a hard time matching up with them as we thought they would.
And they haven't thrown a pass to Rossire yet.
Well, they
they
attempted one. They overthrew him, but they haven't had to.
No, on the screen pass that he dropped, too, but we're not going to count that. Let's see now. He's top of your screen now, backs in the I formation. As handoff to Waiko, Elijah gets to about the 45-yard line, a 2-yard gain on the play on first down.
Rough sledding. Mountaineers are right there to make the stop. Couple of Mounties on the play.
Elijah, senior now, 5'7", 165. He's that scat back. You like to get him in open space out of the backfield and make someone miss. He's a pretty good point guard on the basketball team too, Coach.
Yeah, good athlete. 71, Evan Tortelli was in on that stop for the Mountaineers.
And they're going to go 2 receivers to the top of your screen again, Ryder and Rossire. Rossire far spread out. And Weichel drops it, puts it on the ground, and it is recovered.
It's South's ball.
And there was a problem on the handoff, Coach. I don't think Elijah ever got that. It looked like he hit off his knee.
Yeah, it was messed up right from the beginning. Garrett Cooley, Johnny on the spot, who's having a great year, turns the momentum right back around. And you know what? Do not be surprised with 6:46 left to go in the half if South holds the ball for the rest of the half.
Here we go, off the turnover now. Both teams 1 turnover apiece. And a handoff, Casella pinballing his way, trying to get to the outside, but just gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard, Coach.
Defense much better by the Indians on that particular play. So, Ryder was in there for the stop. But listen, you're going to have to do this consistently. It can't be one play on, one play off, because South is very dedicated to what they do, and what they do is rush the football. They're perfectly fine with the 2nd and 9. They'll run the ball for 5 yards and get them right where they need to be.
3rd and short.
This down right here. 1st and 2nd downs are keys against South Williamsport.
Gebhardt to the near side, single set, 2 tight end set, and a handoff to Kepler, and nothing doing again is Ryder blown that up from the start along with number 28 there, Coach. 78, excuse me.
Yeah, 78's been in the game. He didn't start, Braden Kammerer, but he's been in and he's been making a lot of plays for Muncie the last 2 defensive series. He's been very disruptive.
5:49 to go, clock moving. Big 3rd down play here for the Mountaineers as the ball is at the 49-yard line. Play a little late coming in here as the play clock is down to 10 seconds and they're just breaking the huddle. And they're going to have to call a timeout. Hey, they'll take a break. Let's step aside. 60-second break. We'll be back to South Williamsport.
FastMaz Speed, Agility, and Quickness Camp. This is where we get it done. Improving everybody's quick turnover, everybody's agility, everybody in transitional sprints. All ages, all sports. You want it, we got it. Come to FastMaz.
Gives you a free lifetime warranty on every new car that you buy. Even after it's yours, we still take care of it like it's one of ours.
Ryan, after 11 years, you're still washing my car.
For the last 80 years, we've worked hard to serve our community. We've added more and more dealerships to fulfill your needs. Whether you're looking for a new Ford, Mazda, or Chevy, knowing you have a peace of mind with our free lifetime warranty, you're covered forever. With every new vehicle, Murray Motors gives you a free lifetime warranty. That's a real deal.
All right, welcome back to South Williamsport. Coach swatting flies up here.
I got that
I saw that left and right. You look like Muhammad Ali in his prime.
Well, thank you very much, but it's not coming back. It's been bothering me the whole first half.
We got a great crew tonight. Curtis up on the rooftop. We got Tony Birch on stats. Cam keeping us legal there. The coach next to me, and we are 5 minutes and 32 seconds away from the half. A 7-6 game lead for Muncie and a big 3rd down and 9 play. And this is where Muncie wants to keep South on these long yardage plays. And they're going to run the ball, and that's Casella spinning his way, and he's going to gain about 4 on the play, and it's going to be 4th down, Coach. Time to punt it away.
Like I said, well, normally it would be, but we'll see what South chooses to do here. I would punt, and that's what they're going to choose to do. But there's a perfect example of what we talked about. 3rd and what, 8?
3rd and 9.
3rd and 9, doesn't matter. We're going to run trap, get what we can, play field position football.
Iyer and Iyer back deep. the law firm connection. And Casella's going to punt it away from his 46-yard line and angles it to the corner. No spin on the ball at all, and it's going to take a bounce and takes a south roll, and it's going to be down to about the 14-yard line, Coach?
Yeah, 14, close to the 15. You're right there on it, Paul. Not many bounces tonight, especially down there in that part of the field. In that corner, it's kind of soggy.
Well, Casella, the way he's kicking that ball, he's spinning it, and it's going straight up like a rocket. No rotation on the ball, and when that hits, if it's going to bounce anywhere, it's going to bounce towards the end zone.
Well, we'll see what Muncie does. They had a good series with their air game, but they've been dominated physically.
4 minutes and 50 seconds to go in a two-receiver set. Backs in that pro-I formation. In motion is Ross Iyer and Branson under center. Here's that quick hitter to Ross. In the open space, gets by Kempler. Down the sidelines he goes. And Kempler made a nice recovery there.
He did.
And stopped him up at the 34-yard line. Nice catch, nice run.
Kemmerer was up there again, but just outclassed, Paul. You saw the difference in athleticism there. He got him the ball in space, and Kemmerer played catch-up, and good tackle by him, or Muncie would have been in the end zone.
Yeah, 18-yard catch and run by number 11 there, and that's the first down now with 4 minutes and 33 seconds to go. Clock moving before the half. Muncie nursing a 1-point lead, two receivers set to the bottom of your screen, and Ben Robinson now in the game. Iyer hands it. Weichel buries his head.
Yeah, not much room in there. Stellar defense by Ryan Casella, who's having himself a whale of a game on both sides of the ball for the Mountaineers.
Excuse me, that was Jacob Fowler into the ball game, the junior. 27 carries for the year, 292 yards. First action we're seeing of him. And we are at the 4-minute mark. Second down and 7 for the Indians at their own 35-yard line. Line to gain up at the 42. And Iyer under center here. Two receivers set. Little misdirection there. Inside trap there and up ahead to about the 39-yard line, Coach. I saw you throw your hands up there.
They're insistent on running that play with that quarterback action, and they may pop one of them before the game's over, but I'm telling you, South is well schooled. As soon as they see those arms go up, it's a trap play.
Every time.
Every time. It's been 5 times tonight.
Third down and 3. As Robinson to the bottom of your screen in motion is Ross. And Iyer, a little handoff up the gut there and close to the first down, and he'll have it.
Oh, he will have it. And let me tell you, that was Muncie's offensive line's best push of the evening. They got off the ball very well on that last play, and they're going to move the sticks. 3:04 and counting left. Muncie's got all of their timeouts. They've got everything in front of them playbook-wise.
That was Shooter. That was only his second carry of the year, and he hit that hole hard as the fullback. He does the dirty work for the Indians in the trenches. Two receivers to the bottom of your screen now. Here's a pitch, and running wide is Walmer.
Now, well played by South Williamsport as Ryan Fry came up to force him out of bounds. No gain, but the clock is stopped. Boy, and you get the feeling, Paul, this first half that Muncie's got a lot more that they can do offensively in terms of running and passing. But when you control the clock and you control the football like South has in this first half, you find yourself in these close games.
And, Coach, we had a little scouting report on Walmer. They said he's a tremendous athlete. Seeing him get some action on that last play. Now a little play action. Branson rolls, throws, passes, incomplete as he had the tight end flashing open.
He had Cameron Kammerer again, and they threw that play in the first quarter and connected on a big gain. It was the same play again with Kammerer coming across and dragging all the way across the field wide open, and Iyer sailed it high again. That's the third time tonight he's put a ball over the receivers' heads. That's kind of hard to do with Muncie's receivers because they're all over 6 foot.
Yeah, they're all really big receivers. It looks like he's having a hard time setting his feet. I don't know if the field or what. I mean, he's been under a lot of pressure. And now in motion is Ross Iyer. Branson under center, boxing that eye. Here we go, screen pass. That is Ross Iyer at the 30. 35, 50, 45, down the sidelines he goes, and you're not going to catch him, Coach. He has the angle on him and into the end zone. What a catch What a run, 57 yards.
So here we go. We take a look and see. This is what's called you're taking 20 kids out of the football game. You're going to make it a one-on-one game, an easy pitch and catch, and now athletic ability takes over, makes the one-man miss. And even though the South kid coming in has an angle on him, it's going to be another big play and another touchdown for Muncie.
Make that 9 touchdowns on the year now for Ross Iyer as he took it to the house, and you're not going to catch him.
Not with his strides. Very few people will be able to do that. Big extra point coming up here.
Rod on for the extra point. Snap, spot, kick is up, and parks it right down the middle, Coach.
Down the middle and across the street again, and now Muncie's got an 8-point lead with 2:28 to go in the half.
Let's take a break. We'll be back. Webb Weekly Live, powered by PA Sports Live.
When you want the best, go to the best. Fairfield Auto Group has been giving you the best deals, service, and experience since 1986. Whether you visit their original Ford and Volkswagen store in Montoursville, their second Ford dealership in Williamsport, or their Chevy stores in Lewisburg and Montgomery, you'll be sure to find it at Fairfield. Fairfield for fantastic deals.
Welcome to another season of Friday Night Lights. Come see us at Park Pizza here in Williamsport, our original location, or inside the Gamble Farm Inn in Jersey Shore.
All right, welcome back here at Rodney K. Morgan Stadium. 14-6, Muncie leads. 2:28 to go in the half, Coach. Big plays for the Indians, and a good kick here by Ravada. Kepler watches it go into the end zone.
Yeah, he's been hammering the ball other than that first kickoff, which was deep to start the game, but it went out of bounds. So we've got South with 2:28 left and 2 timeouts. Muncie's got all 3 left. Let's see if they get in a situation here where they may want to use a timeout or 2 to get possession back, because we've got a total difference in philosophies here. Muncie 1 and done, 2 and done, and South methodically driving the ball down the field.
And South does not want to be in the position being behind in the game. It's only 1 score, but still they don't want to be behind. They don't want to be behind the sticks. And their bread and butter is the running the ball. We said that in the open, the 3-headed monster for them. They want to run the ball, and they come out again in that pro-I formation, handoff to the up back.
Casella again, and Casella's got to be averaging at least 5 or 6 yards a carry as he pounds again up front. Right off tackle of that Muncie defense for another 5 yards, almost 6, and it's going to bring up a very manageable second down for Coach Eisworth and his Mountaineers, who have more than held their serve tonight against the Muncie team that comes in ranked 4th in the state.
And it'll be 2 minutes to go. Clock moving now. 2 receivers to the top of your screen. As Knapp under center. Knapp under center. Handoff. Come here. Up the middle and a first down. And I'll tell you what, Coach, he has a really quick first step.
He does, and he does a good job. And Muncie isn't helping themselves. Their defensive tackles are taking a side almost every play. And that time, Muncie's tackle took himself out of the play, and there's a huge hole there for Kemmerer, and he took advantage of it.
And you know what, Coach? Not 1 penalty tonight yet.
That's
Knapp
rare.
Under center. Here's a pitch. Kemmerer around the end he goes, and nice tackle as he hangs on.
Muncie played that well. That shoot is at least his 3rd unassisted tackle of the evening. He's a veteran. We saw him. Coach Weber told us when he was a sophomore, keep an eye on this young man. He's going to be a good football player.
Now, 2nd and 10, clock moving. Coach, sorry to cut you off there.
That's all right.
Do we use a timeout here if you're Muncie, or are you going to let the clock roll? Try to get that ball back.
They'll take one after this play.
103, 102, 15 seconds to go on the play clock, as they can run it well under a minute here, and they will. And they're going to come out in that pro-I formation, 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen. And here's a pitch again. Kemmerer trying to get to that right side, and nothing doing. Number 78 again on the tackle, and 43 seconds to go.
Yeah, Muncie's not taking a timeout, so they must be content to just go into the half up 14-6.
And South only has to run 1 more play.
Oh, South will use everything they can. They're very happy to go in here down 14-6 at the half.
barring a penalty, this should be the last play of the half unless a timeout is called. Under center is Knapp. And a handoff again to Kemmer up the middle, and he is brought down, and it's going to be 4th down.
And that'll be it for the half.
And the clock reads 000. 1 half in the books here from South Williamsport. Muncie 14, South Williamsport 6. We'll be back.
When you want the best, go to the best. Fairfield Auto Group has been giving you the best deals, service, and experience since 1986. Whether you visit their original Ford and Volkswagen store in Montoursville, their second Ford dealership in Williamsport, or their Chevy stores in Lewisburg and Montgomery, you'll be sure to find it at Fairfield. Fairfield for fantastic deals.
Family table away from home is Dolly's Diner, now with 3 great locations. The original Dolly's, Loyalsock, behind Rita's off the Golden Strip. Dolly's Montoursville, where Dolly met Griggs. And now the new Dolly's, Park Avenue, Williamsport, formerly Donna's Restaurant. With those amazing breakfasts, daily and chef specials, sticky buns, and more, and Griggs Coffee and Peanuts. Don't miss it. Dolly's Diner, your family table away from home, covering the Williamsport area.
Kaiser Brothers are ready to get you into the perfect new vehicle. Find a Jeep for all your road trip exploits during Jeep Adventure Days. Or take your pick from a full lineup of light and heavy-duty Ram trucks during Power Days. No matter what vehicle you're looking for, the Kaiser Brothers on Route 405 in Muncie and Route 11 in Danville, where selection and service equals satisfaction.
Hi, I'm Rennie Rodarmel. I run the Rennie Rodarmel Agency, located at 921 Westminster Drive, Williamsport, Pennsylvania. I think my passion is meeting with the customers one-on-one, reviewing all their needs and doing the best job we can to make sure they have the best available coverage at the best price. This agency stands out above a lot of them as far as customer service. Our philosophy is not to tell a customer what they need to do. We need to know what they want us to do for them and take care of them.
Murray Motors gives you a free lifetime warranty on every new car that you buy. Even after it's yours, we still take care of it like it's one of ours.
Brian, after 11 years, you're still washing my car.
For the last 80 years, we've worked hard to serve our community. We've added more and more dealerships to fulfill your needs. Whether you're looking for a new Ford, Mazda, or Chevy, knowing you have a peace of mind with our free lifetime warranty, you're covered forever. With every new vehicle, Murray Motors gives you a free lifetime warranty. That's a real deal.
Director, Mrs. Sarah Zalonis. Percussion instructor, Mr. Tyler Gerben. Student teacher, Mr. Spencer Cook. Color guard instructor, Mrs. Jessica Kerstetter. And volunteer, Angelina LaRose. The Marching Indians begin their 2022 show with the 2014 hit, I Bet My Life, by pop rock band The Magic Dragons, followed by the 2013 song, The Best Day of My Life, by the American Authors. The Indians end their show with the 2002 Grammy Award rock song, All My Life, by the Foo Fighters. The Muncie Marching Indians would like to thank the Muncie Music Association, the Muncie School District staff and administration, and the Muncie School Board for their support of our music program. And now, under the direction of dual drum majors Megan Kerstetter and Audrey Johnson, we encourage you to live life loud and enjoy the sounds of the 2022 Muncie Marching Indian Show, Life on Top.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Muncie Indian Marching Band.
FastMaz Speed, Agility, and Quickness Camp. This is where we get it done. Improving everybody's quick turnover, everybody's agility, everybody in transition with sprints. All ages, all sports. You want it, we got it. Come to FastMaz.
Lyle doesn't always drive a Ram truck, but when he does decide he wants one, he goes to find it on blazealexander.com. With over 20 locations across Pennsylvania and thousands of cars to choose from, blazealexander.com is your one place to shop for both sales and service. So let Lyle help you fetch your next vehicle, only at blazealexander.com.
All right, welcome back. We are at Fairfield at the half, and I said it today, the champion of hide and seek, the Bigfoot winner, Doc Maskey. He took over from Bigfoot being the hide and seek champion. Now we got Doc Maskey here. I haven't seen you all year since basketball.
Well, since basketball, crazy. Probably since sometimes Newman or something. And,
well,
during
I missed
their playoff run.
I'll speak for everybody. I missed you, Doc.
It's good to be back.
And what a night for football here. Beautiful night, Thursday night.
Awesome. Wish we had more Thursday night football. It's better than the NFL. Plus, it's free. You don't have to buy Amazon Prime.
Hey, I said that in the open, and they made me edit it there. But I said, hey, it's better than Amazon Prime. But hey, South Williamsport really dominated the first half on the ground. But the story is big plays for Muncie.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, they've really bottled up Muncie's run well. They only have about 30 yards rushing, but Branson Iyer, hitting Noah Confer twice for 76 yards on the first scoring drive, and then throws that swing pass to Ross Iyer.
And that's just athleticism there.
Yeah, I mean I love that the concept there. Get one of your best athletes the ball in space and let him try to make a play, and he did that, and he's. Iyer now in the Sun Gazette coverage area history, nobody's ever scored more receiving touchdowns than Ross Iyer. That broke the record with 31, so pretty impressive.
He looked like your boy Debo there running the ball there, getting the ball in space.
That's what that Niners need more of that.
I love watching your tweets there, Doc Massey from the Sun Gazette, the best sports beat writer here in the area and anywhere in Pennsylvania. I'm going all the way out.
I don't know if it's true, but I appreciate it.
Oh, it's true. It's true. As Kurt Angle says, it's damn true.
Damn true.
But I'll tell you what, South, they said 171 yards rushing the ball and only 6 points to show. They're moving the ball between the 20 and 20 and, turnover.
Not finishing a couple of promising drives. They got that fumble after they scored the touchdown and went 3 and out there. So, that fumble in the first play, the first possession of the game was huge. That's been their problem in their 2 losses. They've had 8 fumbles in those games, and it bit them again, and they just can't do that against a good team like Muncie.
Yeah, I mean, and South Williamsport, like I said, through one pass, they're not going to throw the ball a lot. We know that. They want to run the ball, but down 14-6, they're going to have to, and Muncie gets the ball.
That's the thing.
So they're going to have to stop them here. If they get down by 2 scores, this team isn't built to come back like that. They want to chew up clock and control the clock with the 3 running backs they have, and it'll be tough to catch them from here.
That's what I said on Twitter, that exact same thing. You go, if Muncie scores here, they're in trouble because, you don't want to abandon the run, but they're going to, especially when they're not necessarily getting huge chunk plays. They're moving it, but it's a grind, and it's been kind of time-consuming, and if you're down 21-6, that's a tough road to go with the style that they play, so it's going to be critical for them to get a stop here on that first possession.
Yeah, and I'm looking down at the field here, and I mean, we had 2 days of heavy rain here, and it doesn't look like it's in that bad a condition.
No, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, Coach and I were down in the field in pregame. A little muddy in the corners there, but for the most part, it looks pretty good here. And as you see Muncie coming back onto the field. Where are you tomorrow night, Doc? Are you at Williamsport?
Nah, I saw them last week. I'm doing Loyal Sock Lewisburg tomorrow night.
So. Are they playing at Bucknell?
Yep.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
It's a late start, 7:30 because of Bucknell. But, I'll be back on. Well, I don't want to offend them at Lewisburg people, but I have a feeling. I was telling people before this game, I haven't seen a non-mercy rule game since week 1, and kind of have a feeling I'll be back on the mercy rule train tomorrow night.
Well, yeah.
Lewisburg, I think, had high hopes this year, but they've been ravaged by injuries, unfortunately, and it's going to be a tough road for them against Sock.
Yeah. All right, Doc, always great having you on. Good seeing you. And
likewise.
Hopefully we get to see you a couple more times
I know,
this year.
that would be nice.
We got a couple of months yet before basketball before we see you 3-4 times a week.
Yeah, that'll be fun, too.
It's always a good time. Thanks, Doc Massey, everybody. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be back with the second half.
When you want the best, go to the best. Fairfield Auto Group has been giving you the best deals, service, and experience since 1986. Whether you visit their original Ford and Volkswagen store in Montoursville, their second Ford dealership in Williamsport, or their Chevy stores in Lewisburg and Montgomery, you'll be sure to find it at Fairfield. Fairfield for fantastic deals.
Kaiser Brothers are ready to get you into the perfect new vehicle. Find a Jeep for all your road trip exploits during Jeep Adventure Days. Or take your pick from a full lineup of light and heavy-duty Ram trucks during Power Days. No matter what vehicle you're looking for, the Kaiser Brothers on Route 405 in Muncie and Route 11 in Danville, where selection and service equal satisfaction.
Family table away from home is Dolly's Diner, now with 3 great locations. The original Dolly's Loyal Sock behind Rita's off the Golden Strip. Dolly's Montoursville, where Dolly met Griggs. And now the new Dolly's, Park Avenue, Williamsport, formerly Donna's Restaurant. With those amazing breakfasts, daily and chef specials, sticky buns, and more, and Griggs Coffee and Peanuts. Don't miss it. Dolly's Diner, your family table away from home, covering the Williamsport area.
King Kong is the best drink you can drink. It is the best drink you can drink. King Kong is the best drink you can drink. It is the best drink you can drink. King Kong.
Oh man, great energy. King Kong Energy
the best drink you can drink.
If you want the energy, King Kong Energy drink is the one you're going to have to choose.
Is the best drink you can drink. It is the best drink you can drink.
King Kong it with Big Snoop Deal Double G.
King Kong it with this family.
All right, we are back here thanks to Doc Massey at the half. Also thanks to Iron Mike Lundy listening in there, getting some text messages, words of encouragement from Iron Mike. Hopefully we'll get to see him tomorrow night in Williamsport. It's always good to see the Iron One.
I hope so. One of the genuine good guys in the game.
Mike, did you pay him to say that? I hope not. And it's going to be bouncing Riders chasing it down and fields it at the 10. Now cuts back across the 15, puts his head down and churns his legs across the 20-yard line to about the 21-yard line. That's where Branson Iyer and the Muncie Indians will take over. 181 yards passing for Iyer, only 30 yards rushing for Muncie.
Well, South must have had a ton on the ground.
171.
And that's what they want to do, and they're going to continue to do it the second half.
Well, big series here for the defense of South Williamsport. Coach, this team does not want to get down by 2 scores.
No, they're not built that way, and we'll see if Muncie takes advantage of its athletic receivers.
Backs in that pro I formation. Weichel is the tailback and a handoff to the up back. I think that is.
He was the fullback, but Austin
Johnson or no?
Well, it was Austin Bowersox. It was Johnson, and Austin Bowersox was right there. I'll tell you, we've seen some big hits tonight, some quality hits.
Yeah.
No penalties, if I'm correct. That's
no
a
penalties
first
so far.
That's a first for a long time. A whole half of football, no penalties.
It's nice to see. Well, it's Thursday. The flags aren't ready till Friday, maybe.
Well, good hits, good clean football game, no nonsense.
They're going to come out here now, second down and 7, 11:24 to go in the third quarter. As Iyer pitches to Johnson, running to the right, turns it back, and a big hit there.
It's Bowersox again, waiting for him one-on-one, stood him up.
and stopped him right in his tracks.
That was like Godzilla and Kong meeting in the sea. Two big heavyweights, and it was a stand-up.
Austin Bowersox, 5'10", $185. Third down now and 6. Big down here for the Mounties here to get off the field.
Muncy's has been adamant tonight on first down and second down to try and get their run game going, but it's been through the air that they've hurt South.
Johnson in at fullback is Weichel. A tailback in motion is Ryder. And Iyer under center and calls his own number up the gut. He goes, and the ball's out, and I think they're saying
down.
he was down.
He is down, and it's going to be very close. I think he's going to be a little bit short. Don't be surprised if Muncie goes for it here, because it's very short. They may give him the first down, but I'm surprised they're not going to measure. An hour. First down. He was right on the line, Paul.
Yeah.
And a good job by the senior quarterback. South went to a spread 6 look. There wasn't anybody in the middle of the field, and he almost took that for another 30 yards.
Yeah, that could have been a really big play there. First down for the Indians now. 10 minutes and 8 seconds to go, just underway here, third quarter. Muncie up 14-6. And coming out of the chutes here with the ball here in the third quarter. And now two receivers to the bottom of your screen is Ryder and Iyer. And a handoff. Johnson bouncing his way, slipping, moving his feet, vaults his way, and he is met by Bowersox again in the middle, Coach.
He is, and that play was made by South's defensive end, Connor Apker, who stood Muncie's tackle up, drove him back into the backfield, and gave him nowhere to go. A great individual effort limits the Indians to a 2-yard gain.
And that play looked like it was going to be a 2-yard loss, but hats off to Johnson getting back to the line and making some positive yardage. Second down and 8 now. With 9:21 to go here in the third quarter. And Iyer under center. In motion is Ryder. And there's a handoff to Weichel. Weichel into the secondary. Weichel pinballing his way, spinning and corkscrewing his way across midfield. Down to the south 49-yard line. Coach, what'd you see there?
I saw a big hole and a tough run. I saw a little bit of an early movement that wasn't called, but hey, it's not a penalty if it's not called, they say. And Kemmerer held on and made a nice tackle there to keep Muncie from turning the scoreboard one more time.
Ball sitting right at midfield. Now another first down. Second one of this drive for Muncie. Now Iyer from the shotgun here. 4 wide. 4 high snap. Back to pass. Backpedaling, has all day to throw, steps up, puts it on his hip, weaving his way from the 50. There's a flag, 45, 40, down the sidelines he goes.
Yeah, it's a shame this is going to come back. That was a great individual effort, but we're going to have a hold, and it's going to come back to, I'll try it again. It's going to come back because of a hold.
We're doing our best.
That's a shame, a great individual effort. You see the athletic ability that Branson possesses.
And that's going to be a spot foul, so it's going to be back in probably 1st and 20 now, Coach, as that hold was right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and what a bad time for your first penalty of the evening, which erases that great effort.
8:21 to go here in the third quarter.
And again, we got a chance to see this young man grow, and something that you see him do as a senior now, not apprehensive at all, saw the lane and took it.
Iyer from the gun. High snap again, back to pass. Looking, has time, throws, passes, intercepted. That's Caden Harris, it looks like, number 2.
Oh, Cooley's got it.
Cooley, I'm sorry, 8.
Yeah, they dropped him in the seam instead of the flat. He played his responsibilities beautifully. Stepped right in front of that pass. That was a great cover interception by South Williamsport and sets them up with momentum on Muncie's 39-yard line to begin third quarter.
Coach Cooley's played a really fantastic game on the defensive side of the ball. That was a pass I think Iyer would like to have back. Double coverage there, and he just undercut him there.
He threw right into it. I don't think he expected him to be in that spot. I think he expected him to be in the flat. First down now
And 10 yards to go at the 40, and a handoff. Casella down to the 35. And a 5-yard gain on first down, and South will take that all night.
That's what they've been doing all night, Paul. They've been able to saw off chunk yardage, and listen, touchdown and 2 points. This game's tied.
Second down and 5, and a handoff. Gember again, and there it is, that Muncie defense going backwards, going nowhere.
Yeah, for it a few times tonight, Muncie was able to gang tackle and get some more people to the football, led by Landon Womer and company. A couple of their linebackers cleaned up.
Third down now, and they're going to call that no gain as they give him his progress back to the line of scrimmage.
And South likes waggle, backs out of the backfield in this situation. We'll see what they're going to end up doing here. Coach Eisworth may be thinking about 2-down territory in this situation.
Ball at the 35-yard line, third down and 5, 2 receivers to the top of your screen. That is Gephardt and Scheller. Back to pass, looks, throws down the flat, has him on the post, and Iyer just put his hands up there, and Scheller kind of stopped running there.
Well, I think Scheller expected it on the outside. The ball went to the inside. It was one of those he said, she said things, but great pressure put on the Mountaineers by Muncie, and it's going to bring up a fourth down. And kind of an interesting call if you're going to go for it on 2 downs there. I would have thought maybe South would run that football again and get them in a much closer situation on fourth down, but do not see the punting unit out. But that certainly wouldn't be that hideous of a call with the field tonight.
Well, Casella is the punter, and I still see the quarterback coming back in as Knapp's coming back in. It looks like they're
going to have to call a timeout. The play clock was down to 5.
Well, timeout to think about it. Let's take a break, 30-second break. We'll be back.
We dress up every corner of your home. We have the perfect mattress from the best sleep gallery so your delivery is immediate and free. And we have that stylish new appliance with the latest feature and finish, with digital price tags that scan the market to ensure you get the lowest price. Our own installers, service technicians, and delivery crews, with live crew tracking so your delivery day is as free as you need it to be. Serving our people, serving our planet. Our Biters Furniture.
When you want the best, go to the best. Fairfield Auto Group has been giving you the best deals, service, and experience since 1986. Whether you visit their original Ford and Volkswagen store in Montoursville, their second Ford dealership in Williamsport, or their Chevy stores in Lewisburg and Montgomery, you'll be sure to find it at Fairfield. Fairfield for fantastic deals.
All right, welcome back here. Fourth down here, and we'll call it 5 at the 35-yard line, Coach.
Gephardt's going to be the lone, I believe, split end all over flanker out to the left. South's going to go double tight here, and they like throwing to their tight ends off of play action.
Yep. Up the middle is Kemmer, and he is breaking into the secondary. Still on his feet, down to the 10-yard line. Wow. Big hole there, Coach.
He is. You got him on a 4th and 6, and you give up a huge play on a blast. Interesting, but hey, South does what they do, and first down for the Mountaineers, who are threatening here to potentially tie the game.
First down, they're going to give him the 12-yard line on that. Nice big hole. First down and 10. Oh, there's a fumble again on the play, and I think Knapp got it back.
He did get it back, and he was very lucky to do so. As Cameron Kammerer was right there looking to pounce, which would have been his second recovery of the evening for the Indians. And a loss of about a yard for the Mountaineers is going to bring up a 2nd and 11. Here's where Muncie has run blitzed a couple times very effectively earlier in the game.
2nd 11, Casella up the middle.
And they did again. However, the linebacker met him after about a 4 or 5 yard gain.
Casella's coming up limping on that one. Has possibly twisted his ankle there. It's going to be 3rd down.
Yeah, he's a tough young man. A good football player for South Williamsport. Here it is again. Definitely 4-down territory for the Mountaineers here.
3rd down and 7.
And for the second time in a row, Muncie's got him in a 3rd and long. Last time they ran a blast right at him.
Gemmer, big stop right there, and he's still turning his legs, but down he goes about the 10.
Jason Schuder was right there to meet him. They tried to run the same play they did on the last 3rd down, and to no gain for the Mountaineers. It's going to bring up 4th down now.
Williamsport facing another 4th down. They converted on their last 4th down and 4th and 5. 3 minutes. 4 minutes and 33 seconds. Trailing 14-6. Why Thunder?
4th and 8. They're going to say he lost a yard on the play, Coach. 4 minutes, 22 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Single setback is Casella. And in motion is Kemler. Handoff. Casella up the middle, trying to weave his way and into the heart of that defense. And it's going to be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, he's going to come up well short.
So once again, Muncie dodges a bullet.
Yeah, South went to the well one too many times on that drive, tried to run another inside blast play, but Muncie was there to stop it. And some would say as good as a punt, but as the time starts to wind down here in the 3rd quarter, you're still down by 8 points.
Muncie's going to take over at their own 7-yard line. Tailback is Weichel, 2 receivers set, as Iyer under center. Handoff, Johnson off to the right side.
You know where to go. He stood up by the interior of the mountain near defense, led by Bauer Sox again, who's having a fantastic evening defensively for South Williamsport. There's been a handful of players who have stood out defensively on both sides of the field tonight, both teams.
Coach, I know you're pinned back here in the shadows of your own goal line, but if you get single coverage on the outside with Iyer, would you take a pop shot down the field here?
Because the little bubble screens and the pitch and catches that we saw that he broke earlier for a touchdown, that's basically, it's a derivative of your rush game.
Right. 2nd down and 9. Iyer, play action, rolling to his right. Rolling, puts his foot in the ground. There's the shot down the field to Iyer, off his fingertips at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, beautiful pass, a beautiful pattern. And we got to give some props to Caden Harris, who had good coverage on the young man, but was just off his fingertips. And there's the shot that you talked about. And that's another big play opportunity for Muncie that they don't cash in on. Now you've got a 3rd and 9 with the clock stopped, 3:20 to go in the 3rd quarter.
And Caden Harris giving up 6 inches to Ross Iyer, stuck with him, and he was all over him, Coach. Great defense by Caden.
Yeah, the coverage was nice, but I'm with you. You know, those little tosses out into the flats, which are equivalent of a rush game, get Iyer one-on-one with the secondary.
They're going 4 wide now. Iyer, 3-step drop, back to pass, bouncing around, looking. All day to throw. Throws across the middle of the field to Ryder, and he's incomplete.
Dropped it, yep.
And he got hit hard at the 32-yard line as the sod came up there, Coach, and he took a lick.
He did take a lick, but he should have caught that football. I'm sure he'll be thinking about that one tonight. All types of time for Iyer to throw the ball. He took his time, put the ball right on the money. Would have given Muncie a 1st down. However,
they're going to punt it away.
They have to punt it away here.
Weichel's on to kick it away, and back deep is Casella. Mountaineers should have great field position at 3:10 to go. Not much more than a minute came off the clock with that drive, Coach.
Nope.
Shooter to up back, and Weichel from his end zone. A kick and a high end-over-end kick, and Casella fields it. A fair catch at the 42-yard line. Let's take a 30-second break, and we'll be back.
Your family table away from home is Dolly's Diner, now with 3 great locations. The original Dolly's, Loyal Sock, behind Rita's off the Golden Strip. Dolly's Montoursville, where Dolly met Griggs. And now the new Dolly's, Park Avenue, Williamsport, formerly Donna's Restaurant. For those amazing breakfasts, daily and chef specials, sticky buns, and more, and Griggs Coffee and Peanuts. Don't miss it. Dolly's Diner, your family table away from home, covering the Williamsport area.
right, welcome back here. Ball at the 42-yard line. Here's a pitch to Kemmler, trying to get to the right side, being pursued, and Riders running him down there, Coach.
They did. Muncie's defense did a great job of maintaining leverage on the corner and stringing the play out. Kemmler insisted on trying to get the edge and get upfield, but Muncie would have none of it. Minimal gain, if anything, is going to bring up a 2nd and 10 for South Williamsport, who's had their best success tonight, honestly, between the tackles going right at Muncie.
And, Coach, I'm looking down this side of the field now, and we said heavy rains the last 2 days. You're seeing the field starting to get chewed up. A lot of people slipping here, and a lot of grass lumps clumped up there at the 42-yard line. Now 2nd down and 9. Now back to pass, throws, pass is caught. And that's Gebhardt.
Yeah, nice little stop pattern by Gebhardt. Muncie's linebackers were nowhere to be found. 3 steps, ball right on the money from Knapp. And South is going to have a very manageable 3rd down and 1. When Muncie's 34 with 157 and counting. Well, as you may have heard, that was a 1st down by Casella on a 5-yard carry, which is going to move the sticks for the Mountaineers as they continue their drive inside of 150 and counting here in the 3rd, and a very entertaining game, Paul Bowe.
Yeah, 1st down now at the 29-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 here. Thursday night football. Thanks for spending your Thursday night. Paul Bowe, Rich Salonis high above midfield here. And there's a handoff again. Kepler trying to get to the outside, bounces it to the left and strung out again.
Kemmerer is insistent on trying to get the corner, and Muncie's doing an outstanding job on both sides of their line of maintaining leverage and stringing the play out. No gain again, maybe a short loss. 2nd down and 11 for the Mountaineers.
Hey, Coach, you said it. They've done their damage up the middle. They haven't really got to the ends.
No, and I understand trying to keep them honest every once in a while by running a toss, but off tackle to inside has been where South has really hurt Muncie this evening.
Last minute to play in the quarter, and the clock running. 2nd down and 11 now. Ball at the 30, and Knapp, little play action. Looks, throws, hop top, triple coverage down there, and that ball is almost intercepted by Ross Iyer.
Correct. There was a one-man pattern trying to hit Gebhardt on a post, and Muncie, as we're counting, had 1, 2, 3, 4 people in coverage, so they certainly were not fooled by that. Now, we have not seen a backside screen by South Williamsport, and they're known for that. So we will see if we get that play from South. They've kept it, Coach has kept it in his pocket all night.
Coach Eisworth wants a timeout. Let's take a 30-second break. Pay some bills. We'll be back.
We dress up every corner of your home. We have the perfect mattress from the best sleep gallery so your delivery is immediate and free. And we have that stylish new appliance with the latest feature and finish, with digital price tags that scan the market to ensure you get the lowest price. Our own installers, service technicians, and delivery crews, with live crew tracking so your delivery day is as free as you need it to be. Serving our people, serving our planet. We are Biters Furniture, Mattress, and Appliance.
Get you some, Amazon. I got mine, get yours.
All right, welcome back here. 3rd down and 11 here. Ball at the 30-yard line.
And again, in the past, I certainly don't know, but in the past, from watching film and preparing, this is a very heavy screen territory in the past for South Williamsport teams.
Casella also into the game. They like to leak him out of the backfield. And he's into the game now.
But here's a situation of 3rd and 11, not to step on your toes, Paul, I'm sorry. If you're a linebacker or a secondary, you don't pay any attention to play action right now.
Now back to pass. Look, stops, pass caught by Gebhardt at the 29-yard line. Short game on the play.
Yeah, about a 5-yard gain. They just mirrored the play they threw earlier, a 4-step hitch by Gephardt. Again, he was open in the seam, tackled immediately, which is the key right there. And now we've got a 4th down. And I think South may let this clock run out in the 3rd quarter, Paul Bowe. Get to a little bit better part of the field. It's not nearly as chewed up.
No, most of the game has been played down this right side here, and 3 quarters in the books here, Coach. 14-6. Muncie leads. We'll be back for the 4th.
Hi, I'm Rennie Rodarmel. I run the Rennie Rodarmel Agency, located at 921 Westminster Drive, Williamsport, Pennsylvania. I think my passion is meeting with the customers one-on-one, reviewing all their needs and doing the best job we can to make sure they have the best available coverage at the best price. This agency stands out above a lot of them as far as customer service. Our philosophy is not to tell a customer what they need to do. We need to know what they want us to do for them and take care of
The Kaiser brothers are ready to get you into the perfect new vehicle. Find a Jeep for all your road trip exploits during Jeep Adventure Days. Or take your pick from a full lineup of light and heavy-duty Ram trucks during Power Days. No matter what vehicle you're looking for, the Kaiser brothers on Route 405 in Muncie and Route 11 in Danville, where selection and service equal satisfaction.
All right, we're back here. 3 quarters in the books, Coach. 1 more to go. Here from South Williamsport on a Thursday night, and this is so good, Coach. We'll do it again tomorrow night.
Yes, we will. We will be right across the river. We're looking up on the hill at STA Stadium, where Mike Pearson's Millionaires, which seems like after 19 million weeks on the road, will return home.
Take on the Spartans of Wyoming Valley West, and there goes the end around. Harris down at the 15 and down at the 10-yard line.
Great call by South Williamsport. Had Muncie totally fooled. And Harris comes around on the reverse play, and it's going to set the Mountaineers up in great shape.
4th down conversion.
They will be inside the 10-yard line, and it's going to be 1st and goal to goal. Interesting here. Very, very good play call by Coach Eisworth there. Muncie had no idea that was coming, and they're lucky it didn't end up in the end zone.
Yeah, it was very close. Ross Iyer holding on for life. Made the tackle. Now power I backfield for South. And a handoff Casella up the middle. Down to the 5. And I'll tell you what, Ryan runs really, really hard.
He's a hard runner. Like I said earlier, he's a tough football player. South's had their way between the tackles. We'll see if they continue it for 2 or 3 more plays. I think we've got somebody down with a cramp.
And we have an official timeout on the field. Injury timeout. We'll be back. We'll take a break.
Murray Motors gives you a free lifetime warranty on every new car that you buy. Even after it's yours, we still take care of it like it's one of ours.
Ryan, after 11 years, you're still washing my car.
For the last 80 years, we've worked hard to serve our community. We've added more and more dealerships to fulfill your needs. Whether you're looking for a new Ford, Mazda, or Chevy, knowing you have a peace of mind with our free lifetime warranty, you're covered forever. With every new vehicle, Murray Motors gives you a free lifetime warranty. That's a real deal.
Family table away from home is Dolly's Diner, now with 3 great locations. The original Dolly's Loyal Sock behind Rita's off the Golden Strip. Dolly's Montoursville, where Dolly met Griggs. And now the new Dolly's, Park Avenue, Williamsport, formerly Donna's Restaurant. With those amazing breakfasts, daily and chef specials, sticky buns, and more, and Griggs Coffee and Peanuts. Don't miss it. Dolly's Diner, your family table away from home, covering the Williamsport area.
Blaze and Lyle here, and with so many interesting vehicles to choose from, Lyle doesn't always choose a Subaru, but when he does, he goes to blazealexander.com. With over 20 locations across Pennsylvania and thousands of cars to choose from, blazealexander.com is your one place to shop for both sales and service. So let Lyle help you fetch your next vehicle, only at blazealexander.com.
Casella walks off his own power. 2nd down, and up Kemmer.
Kemmer is in the end
zone for a touchdown from 4 yards out.
And what do you do here, Paul? Do you go for 2 or do you kick the extra point? I know what I do.
I would go for 2 here.
I certainly would as well.
10:43 to go. 14-12 now. Muncie leads. And South got exactly what they needed.
They did. Listen, if one's being totally honest about the football game tonight, South has dominated the majority of the football game on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, well over 200 yards rushing. And that's the...
I don't know what they're easily over 200 yards rushing for the evening.
They had 171.5, and South going to use another timeout.
This may come back to haunt them a little bit.
And that would be their last time out, I believe, Coach.
I think you may be right. I think the scoreboard showing, well, the scoreboard just gave them a little bit of a boost to 5 timeouts.
Let's keep it right here, Coach.
Coach, talk about that.
Yeah, well, interesting. It's been interesting tonight. Well-played game in terms of lack of penalties. A couple of turnovers. Quite a few big hits. Jason Schudas, Austin Bowersocks. I have a couple that stick out to mind.
A lot of decleaters.
Good individual efforts, big plays. Again, South doing what they do best. We talk about, in our pregame show about the keys to the game tonight. And you really do have to take your hats off to South and their kids and coaching staff for doing exactly what they do best, and that's run the football.
Yeah, and they're now 2 points away from tying this game up. And here we go, Knapp under center. And there's the bootleg trying to get to the corner, and he stretches and he's in.
He did. Muncie had him in the long body, extended the ball out and dove into the end zone, and it's 2 points for Radley Knapp on the boot, and we have got ourselves a ball game, Paul
Used
Bowe.
all 6'1", all 6'1" inch of that frame to stretch over that chalk, and we are tied up here at 14.
That he did. I'll tell you, if South is to come out victorious tonight, you don't need to look any further than their offense and defensive lines.
Absolutely. We'll stay right here.
And I think if you're Muncie now, Paul, you can't panic, but I think you need to get your playmakers involved in the ball game. You need to open up a little bit here, get the ball to Ross Iyer on those quick screens, those stop passes. You take 20 other players out of the football game, and you match up athleticism versus athleticism, and most of the time, you're going to win that battle if you're Muncie.
Yeah, absolutely. And
South has done a very good job in clogging the Indian run game for the most part tonight. They've had a couple of good gains on the ground, but they've done their damage through the air. It'll be interesting to see how Coach Tetreault and the Indians play this now with the tie ball game here in the fourth quarter.
Piper Minier to kick it away. And a nice little pooch kick. And it's fielded at the 30, 35. A big hit again by Casella.
Yeah, he's having himself a good time tonight. But again, the Indians will set up shop with great field position.
Jacob Fowler on that return. And it's going to be first down for Muncie at the 45-yard line.
And I don't think Iyer has more than 2 catches tonight.
And Iyer going to come out here. 2 receivers set, Iyer in motion. See, here comes that screen pass right there. And they got the ball to Ross at the 45-50, gets around the corner and down the sidelines he goes.
And there's Muncie's best gain of the second half that hadn't been called back on a penalty. 16 yards just like that. And South even defended it schematically well. They widened out with the motion, but when you've got superior talent like that, you've got to use it and take advantage of it.
Coach, I'm very surprised that there was no call there as the receiver was blocking before when the ball was in the air there.
Well, the ball was behind the line of scrimmage. So I believe you're allowed to do that. I could be wrong, though.
Okay. All right. No, you might be right on that. My mistake. But first down anyway, needless to say. Muncie will take it. Here we go to this side. Maybe no handoff right up the gut. Johnson down to shoot he goes.
Pick up a 6.
And then Tortelay on the tackle.
I think now would be a great time for a play action pass. Get Iyer out on the corner.
10 minutes, 9 seconds to go in the ball game. We are deadlocked here at 14.
And something that we need to say, Paul, you know, we talked about this 139-0 scoring and how Muncie's been blowing everybody out. This is good for Muncie that they're in a tight game this late as the playoffs loom near.
Absolutely, and now Iyer back to pass, rolling to the right, rolling all day, flags down, throws, passes high, and he overthrew Ross Iyer.
Yeah, he's been really high tonight, and he had a receiver standing in the end zone wide open, didn't see him, but we're going to get a hold on Muncie.
Anytime a quarterback has that much time to throw, Coach is on the south sideline screaming for holding, and they got it.
South coaches are screaming, not me.
Not you.
No, okay. I never did that. I was quite calm.
Speaking of calm, how about the Duke? And that's going to be a big play.
Yeah, that one hurts.
Yeah.
You just had momentum off the run by the fullback. A good time for a play-action pass, and penalties kill, Paul.
Second down now and 17. Ball back at the 48-yard line. In motion is Weichel, and here's a pitch to Johnson. Johnson coming right side. Downhill he goes, and over to the 45-yard line. Good run.
Great pursuit.
Third down and about 12 now, Coach.
Great pursuit by Ryan Casella coming from the inside out to stop Johnson, who looked like he had a seam. He had a head of steam and a seam in front of him, but Casella cut that off. And, boy, South's two inside linebackers have had a yeoman's night tonight defensively. They have played well.
Third down and 12 here now. Ball at South's 45-yard line. 9:11 to go here. Clock moving in the fourth quarter. If you don't get it here, they're going to punt it away, I would think, Coach.
I would assume so.
Unless they get a big chunk play here. 4 receivers set. Iyer from the gun. Back to pass. 3-step drop. Steps up. Under pressure. There he goes. Ball's out again. And it's recovered.
Yeah, Connor Apker did a nice job of raking the ball from Iyer as he tried to take off on a sprint.
He's limping off the field, Coach.
Yep, and it's going to be a punting situation for Muncie, and the whole momentum of this football game has changed.
Weichel on to punt it away. Casella back deep. 4th and 12. And low snap. Weichel picked it up on a booming high kick. Fair catch called for and fumbled. And it looks like the ball is on the ground.
Oh, it got back. It got back to him. So Casella camped under it, fumbled it. Kemmerer from Muncie had it for a split second, couldn't cradle it in, and it went back to Casella, and it's first down for the South Williamsport Mountaineers as they will be traveling from east to west in the fourth quarter of this football game that's tied up 14-14. A game, quite frankly and honestly, that's been dominated up front by South Williamsport's offensive line and rushing attack.
And plenty of time here. Time is not a factor. 8 minutes, 14 seconds to go. You don't have to change anything about your offense.
Nope.
2 tight ends set here. And a handoff Casella up the middle, and not much there at all.
Guess
Coach.
who?
Suda again.
Jason Shuda again.
Excuse me.
For probably, I'm going to guess, his at least 7th unassisted tackle of the night. And one thing to think about, if this game does go into overtime, the kicking game definitely in favor of Muncie.
Absolutely.
Just something to keep in the back of our minds.
Backs into pro eye, and Casella again, and tackled once again by Shuda.
Yep.
And also at the bottom of the pile, trying to see 78 again. We've called his name a bunch of times, Coach.
He didn't start normally for Muncie, but he has had a good night, and that is Braden Kammerer.
Third down and we'll call it 5 with 7:16 to go.
Braden is 6'1", 225-pound junior for Muncie. This is a big down, Paul Bo.
Absolutely big down here. Backs in that pro I formation. One receiver. Handoff. Kemmler, and down he goes.
Yeah, Kammerer had no chance on that play, Paul. He was met by 3 Indians. They stunned it right into it. I believe 81, Lucas Groover was there first for Muncie.
And then Landon Wolmer, number 12, finished him off in a punting situation. 3 and out for South.
Yeah, we're getting down to about 6 minutes and 30 seconds. The clock ticking here.
And the Iyer cousins both back at the 40-yard line. And Casella to punt it away. Casella's been having no spin on it there, and this one has a little rotation, fielded by Ross at the 40.
He's got the corner if 45. He can get there, Paul. It's
trying
there.
To get to the outside, and
he did not.
Kemmer came on for the tackle, and good defense again. Special teams by South Williamsport.
Nice play by Amir to keep Iyer from establishing the corner. If he did get around him, it was clear sailing. It looked initially like he had that corner.
6:15 to go, first down and 10 for the Indians
at
their own 48-yard line.
Here we go, partner. South out of timeouts, as you noted astutely earlier.
It's about as high as I can count. 1, 2, 3. And here we go. Now they're going to spread it out. Iyer from the gun as he had receivers open. And
I think Muncie is going to call a timeout. I don't know if they were lined up properly to boot. So smart timeout by Coach Tetro. What are we doing, boss? We staying or going?
Let's take a break. Pay some bills. We'll be back.
Hi, Blaze and Lyle here. And with all the luxury SUVs on the market, Lyle doesn't always drive a Grand Cherokee. But when he does choose to drive one, he knows to look on blazealexander.com. With over 20 locations across Pennsylvania and thousands of cars to choose from, blazealexander.com is your one place to shop for both sales and service. So let Lyle help you fetch your next vehicle only at blazealexander.com.
FastMaz Speed, Agility, and Quickness Camp. This is where we get it done, improving everybody's quick turnover, everybody's agility, everybody in transitional sprints, all ages, all sports. You want it, we got it. Come to FastMaz.
All right, welcome back. We are deadlocked here at 14. First down and 10 Indians. Ball at the 47-yard line. Iyer from the shotgun, 4 receivers set. Back to pass, looks, throws, pass is caught. That is Comfort. He had the touchdown earlier. Nice throw, nice catch. Down to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, about a 20-yard gain, pitch and catch, and those are the advantages that Muncie's had.
20-yard gain on the nose, catch and run and a first down, and we are under 6 minutes, Coach.
And, Paul, numerous times tonight for the people watching the game, South has walked a backer or a linebacker out on Iyer. It's called snug. At least that's what we used to call it when I coached here. But they'd become very preoccupied by him. But it's good to see Muncie's going to some other targets that they have.
Everybody in tight here. Lone setback is Johnson. They pitched him going to the right. Down to shoot. He goes around the corner and gets it and ran out of real estate there as he's forced out by 88.
It looks like about a gain of 5 yards for Muncie, who likes to run that toss when they come into those compact formations with the double slots that are in very tight.
5:37 to go. Clock moving, second down and 5. And Muncie will take this all night, Coach.
I'll they stopped the clock for some reason. 5:37.
Well, he went out of bounds.
He was out of bounds.
Yep,
so
he went out, so the clock will stop.
So you're right, Paul. But again, the kicking game may come into play here.
Yeah, definitely. We get the long leg of Ravada.
There's a great example of the snug here out on Iyer.
Johnson up the middle, and he just got tripped up. I think he hit one of the ankles of one of the linemen there, Coach.
He did. That's the hardest he's hit that play tonight, and it's going to be a first down for Muncie. I don't know what they were. Now they finally gave it to him.
First down for Muncie at the 25-yard line.
Hey, Paul.
Yo.
What are you thinking here, partner, if you're Muncie?
I'm running the ball again.
Yep.
I'm taking some more time off the clock. We're getting yards in chunks. 5:16 to go, and I'm hoping if South gets the ball back, if I'm Muncie, that they're going to be down by 7 and make them have to throw the ball.
Well, they can't stop the clock. There's Apker walked out on Iyer again, right in his face.
In motion is Ryder. And a handoff. Weichel, big hole as he explodes through inside the 20. It churns his way down to about the 18-yard line.
Yeah, he looked like he hesitated. Again, there seemed to be a hole there early, and that play took a little bit of time to mature, but Muncie still able to gain 5 yards, and now clock becoming a factor. South cannot stop the clock. They are out of timeouts as we are down to 4:30 and counting.
2nd down and 5 now. Ball at the 20-yard line. Robinson, top of your screen, bottom of your screen, Ross Iyer. In motion is Iyer. And a Fowler running to the left side, gets to the corner and pulled down from behind.
Yeah, it should be another 1st down.
And that was Cassell on the tackle.
Yeah, and that was close to being a horse collar.
Yeah.
Which was not called. We'll get another 1st down for Muncie. And now one of the things that you can do to combat putting a linebacker out in the face of Iyer is to put him in the slot and motion him, which Muncie is doing on a couple plays here. That makes it hard to double team him, but then they've been using him as a decoy the last couple plays. Let's see if they put him in motion and pop another one of those quick passes out to him and let him go one-on-one.
That's Iyer, the aforementioned Iyer in the slot now. And Robinson, bottom of your screen, handoff Johnson again. Johnson knocking people over and chiseling his way down close to the 11-yard line, Coach.
Yeah, physical run, about 3.5, 4 yards tops on that. South holding their own on that football play. Time still not too much of a factor for Muncie, a big factor for South because you can't stop it.
2nd down, and we're gonna call it 6. And it's going to be Baxton at Pro Eye again. Here comes Iyer in motion again. Branson under center and a pitch. Running wide is Johnson. Gets the corner, turns it back, and he is inside the 5 and down to about the 3, maybe the 2-yard line, Coach.
He will have a 1st and goal, and Muncie has found something in that toss to the right side of their formation, South's left side of their defense, and they've continually pounded that here in this drive. That's the 3rd time we've seen that toss to that side. Now we're under 2:50 and counting with 1st and goal for Muncie on the 3, and you can take your time now.
Absolutely, and see if they even...
No, you've got the play clock right in front of you. Snap that at 2.
Iyer under center, Baxton at Pro Eye. Iyer flanked out, handoff up the middle, Johnson, and
they're saying he's in, but he's not. He's going to be just short, and in all honesty, this is good for Muncie. This is not a good thing for South Williamsport, as if Muncie's smart, they will snap this ball well under 2 minutes to go in the football game.
Yeah, still 27 seconds to go on the play clock, and the ball is sitting about the half-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and goal.
So I sneaked this 2 times with the senior quarterback with his size, but protect the football. The good thing also is in Muncie, you've got 2 timeouts in your back pocket if you see something you don't like.
2nd down and goal. Clock moving. Handoff, Shuda.
I think he's in for the touchdown.
He is in for the touchdown with 1:38 to go in the game. Muncie takes the lead.
You talk about just what the doctor ordered for the Muncie Indians to take a long drive and take a lot of time off the clock. And now 1:38 left for a South team that does not have any timeouts left, does not throw the ball particularly well.
Bravado on for a very important extra point here. Snap down, spun, kick up, and wow.
that might be on Percy Street.
That might have hit WebbWeekly down there.
Tell you, he nailed that. That was his best one of the night. Wow.
21-14, let's take a break. 7-point lead, 1:38 to go. WebbWeekly Live.
FastMaz Speed, Agility, and Quickness Camp. This is where we get it done, improving everybody's quick turnover, everybody's agility, everybody in transition with sprints, all ages, all sports. You want it, we got it. Come to FastMaz.
When you want the best, go to the best. Fairfield Auto Group has been giving you the best deals, service, and experience since 1986. Whether you visit their original Ford and Volkswagen store in Montoursville, their second Ford dealership in Williamsport, or their Chevy stores in Lewisburg and Montgomery, you'll be sure to find it at Fairfield. Fairfield.
All right, we are back here. Ravada looks to tee it up, and he kicks it high, short and over, and it is fielded at the 15. That is Harris, and he is hemmed in there.
He's stacked up by a host of Indians. I don't think Rawada's real happy with himself. I think he wanted that a little bit more distance, but nonetheless, here we go. 1:32 left, no timeouts. South down by 7. The ball on their own 24. And if you're Muncie now, you're pinning your ears back if you're a defensive tackle and going. Not that you don't want to respect the rush game, but there's not much time left. South can't stop the clock.
1:32 to go. 2 receivers set. And Knapp, a little play action. Back to pass. Looks, throws deep down the sidelines. Here comes Iyer. Oh, he's got it! And Gebhardt, as 2 Muncie defenders collided into each other, they're very lucky that Gebhardt fell down, because that was 6.
They ran a combination cross pattern, and Iyer, the safety Iyer, was late getting over, jumped up to try and intercept the ball, and Gebhardt came down with it, and you are correct. They are lucky, and we're going to get 15 yards tacked onto it, a roughing the passer call on Muncie.
Oh, boy.
Well, get ready. You called it, man. You won it Thursday Night Football. You got it.
This is like an Alcoa presents a fantastic finish, Coach.
Hey, 33-yard line, 126, no timeouts. And if you're Muncie, you got to bat that ball away in that case.
1:20 to go. 2 receivers to the top of your screen. Knapp, play action, rolling, flags fly, whistles blow.
False start on South.
False start.
We're next to the Muncie coaching staff. They're getting a little animated here as time's rolling down, and rightfully so.
Walk-off puts the ball at the 38-yard line.
So if you're Muncie's defensive ends now, especially to the wide side of the field, you've got to keep Knapp in the pocket. They've been rolling them out all night to buy some time because they've had great success sending one of their inside linebackers away from the roll.
And the clock will now start. Knapp under center, 106, 105, rolling out. Little back screen there. Pass is caught.
And quite possibly a game-saving tackle by Elijah Weichel, because there was nobody down there on the backside screen that South waited all night to throw and got them some positive yardage. If Weichel doesn't make that play, Apker walks into the end zone.
39 seconds to go. And there's, we got motion there as Apker.
Yeah, false start.
36 seconds to go.
So things a little hectic now.
South's trying to go a mile a minute here.
Well, they've left themselves in a position where they don't have any timeouts, so they either could have clocked that maybe, but you lose it down, so you're caught.
2nd down and 11, and the clock will start.
Yep, and they're still in the huddle.
30 seconds to go on the offensive penalty. 2 receivers set. Knapp under center. Play action again, not under whistle, flies again.
Yeah, there's not set. The split end was not set when the ball was snapped.
And South going the wrong way.
Not having any timeouts has really hurt them.
And soon as the ball is set for play, it will start again. 23 seconds to go, and 2nd down and a country mile as Knapp is under center. Once again, play action. Rolling, throws that deep out, incomplete.
And Muncie was very close to getting another roughing the passer penalty as the defensive end came up and hit Knapp it very high. So keep an eye on that. It looked to me like the ref was thinking about throwing the flag, but now you've got a big third down, 16.8 seconds to go. And I will say this, that Lucas Groover did an excellent job of keeping Knapp in that pocket, didn't let him get around the corner.
Third down and 16 seconds to go. Two receivers set, and once again, we have a false start.
We do.
And a lot of finger pointing.
Procedure against the Mountaineers.
And that is the third false start in a row.
Well, South has got to get themselves grouped and ready to go here with 16.3. The clock is going to start.
Yeah, they did a good job of getting out. It's clock starting. Knapp rolling out. There's that backside screen again, this time to Kemper. At the 40, he's got to get out of bounds, and he doesn't, and that's going to end the game, Coach.
It is going to end the game. Muncie should get lined up, though, just in case, but that's going to be it. And we're going to have a final from Rodney K. Morgan Stadium, 21-14. Muncie escapes with a victory in a hard-fought game tonight, my man.
Well, I'll tell you what, South running out of timeouts was detrimental there in the end, and 3 in a row. False starts 4, I believe.
Yep.
It was, and it went the wrong way. And
well, the lack of timeouts really came back to haunt South Williamsport tonight in that last drive, and you're helpless when you can't stop the clock, and, hats off to both teams.
Let's take a quick break. Hopefully it'll be quiet in here and we can do our post game and get ready for tomorrow night. Tony Birch compiling the stats here. Apologies to everybody here. We did the best we can. A lot of noise up here in the press box.
And would like to thank South's administration, Athletic Director Scott Hill for taking care of us tonight. Principal Jesse Smith rolled out the red carpet, treated us like kings tonight, gave us a nice place to do the ball game.
Absolutely. Always great to come here. Let's take a break, Cam, and we'll come back in a minute and we'll wrap things up.
Hi, Blaze and Lyle here, and with all the interesting SUVs out there, Lyle doesn't always choose to drive a Kia, but when he does, he knows to find it on blazealexander.com. With over 20 locations across Pennsylvania and thousands of cars to choose from, blazealexander.com is your one place to shop for both sales and service. So let Lyle help you fetch your next vehicle, only at blazealexander.com.
Family table away from home is Dolly's Diner, now with 3 great locations. The original Dolly's Loyal Sock behind Rita's off the Golden Strip. Dolly's Montoursville, where Dolly met Griggs. And now the new Dolly's, Park Avenue, Williamsport, formerly Donna's Restaurant. With those amazing breakfasts, daily and chef specials, sticky buns, and more, and Griggs Coffee and Peanuts. Don't miss it. Dolly's Diner, your family table away from home, covering the Williamsport area.
FastMaz Speed, Agility, and Quickness Camp. This is where we get it done. Improving everybody's quick turnover, everybody's agility, everybody in transition with sprints. All ages, all sports. You want it, we got it. Come to FastMaz.
The Kaiser brothers are ready to get you into the perfect new vehicle. Find a Jeep for all your road trip exploits during Jeep Adventure Days. Or take your pick from a full lineup of light and heavy-duty Ram trucks during Power Days. No matter what vehicle you're looking for, the Kaiser brothers on Route 405 in Muncie and Route 11 in Danville, where selection and service equal satisfaction.
We dress up every corner of your home. We have the perfect mattress from the best sleep gallery so your delivery is immediate and free. And we have that stylish new appliance with the latest feature and finish, with digital price tags that scan the market to ensure you get the lowest price. Our own installers, service technicians, and delivery crews, with live crew tracking so your delivery day is as free as you need it to be. Serving our people, serving our planet. We are Biters Furniture, Mattress, and Appliance.
All right, welcome back here, Coach. Great game.
Wonderful Thursday night high school football game. Closely contested, as they always are. This is a good small school rivalry. It's been that way for a lot of years. And, you know, Muncie came in tonight ranked 4th in the state, undefeated. South, an off week after getting beaten badly and handily at Canton, came back tonight and made it a ball game. And I'll tell you, you know, South kids have nothing to hang their heads on. And Muncie's kids probably, you know, if you're looking for blessings in disguise, they needed a close game like this to go 4 quarters, because as they march towards the playoffs, they're not going to be beating people 48-0 every week.
Yeah, and I see, Coach, our player of the game is out at the 46-yard line talking to Doc Massey on there, and I'm going to leave you have the honors tonight for the WebbWeekly player of the game.
Well, I'll tell you, there could have been many, all right? But when we agreed on this, I think Jason Shuda, heads and tails defensively, and a couple of times he was called upon tonight to run the ball on some tough inside dive plays. Jason Shuda, number 42 for the Muncie Indians, is our WebbWeekly player of the game. You know,
let's just go over some stats real quick before we sign it off. And we had so much fun, Coach. We'll do it again tomorrow night.
We will.
For Muncie, Branson Ayers, 7 of 14, 212 yards, 2 touchdown passes. Austin Johnson, 16 carries, 92 yards. Ross Ayer held in track most of the night, 2 catches, 76 yards, and a touchdown. Noah Confer had 3 catches for about 91 yards, 1 yard and a 1 touchdown. Jason Shuda had the 1-yard run. For South Williamsport, Radley Knapp, 5 of 9, 58 yards. Amir Khmer, 15 carries, 92 yards, and a 1-yard run. Ryan Casella, 17 carries, a $105, and a touchdown. Really played a really, really strong game for South Williamsport, and that'll be it as teams are still on the field, parents greeting them, and a
well-played game until that last drive for South. That, you know, you kind of felt bad in a way. They had no timeouts, and they were doing their best to get lined up, and it was basically a penalty-free game until those last 2 series.
Yeah, and like I said, it's a final score from here.
21-14.
21-14, and we will see you tomorrow night at STA Stadium, 6:50 pregame, around 6:45, 6:50 pregame, as the Millionaires look to go to 3-4 to take on the Wyoming Valley West Spartans, who are winless in 6 games, and they look to get their first win tomorrow night at STA Stadium. For everybody in our crew, the man up top with the camera, Cam, Coach, Tony Birch. It's been an absolute pleasure to take you guys every step of the way. Good night, everybody.